Welcome back to this segment of the Business of Sports, where we explore the world of softball. Softball holds a special place in the hearts of many Belizeans as it fosters camaraderie, skill development, and a deep sense of community. Today we have the privilege of diving into the beloved sport with a true trailblazer in the Belizean softball scene, Ms. Mertell Bailey, who is a public relations officer for the Belize Softball Association and owner of the Lady Impact Softball Club. Welcome, Ms. Bailey, and thank you so much for being here with us today.
Thank you for having me.
All right. So, Ms. Bailey, your journey in the softball, it has undoubtedly been stamped with a lot of achievements and such. So can you tell us a bit about how your passion started and to where you are today as PR for this Softball Association and owner of the Lady Impact team?
Well, this started from I was pretty young, in primary school. I started to play. It was just something that I saw the guys doing at school, so I said I wanted to do it too. So I always wanted to challenge myself. If they're playing basketball, I want to play basketball. But I play all sport, and then when I moved over to high school, then I fell in love with softball as the game was just developing my skills. The coach taught me everything that I needed to know. And the more that I learned about softball, the more I felt myself falling in love with it. And it became a passion for me to want to excel in softball. I love sports because it's very disciplined, and I am a very disciplined person, and I felt that it helped to mold me because in high school my parents had the motto that if you're not passing in school, you have to withdraw from sports, and sports kept me grounded because I used to lash out and stuff like that. So that kept me grounded and molded me back into the person who I am today, and I'm very passionate about softball. I really, really love it, and I love what it does for me.
Okay, so you sound like you're a very disciplined individual. So as the founder of the Lady Impact Softball Club, your role has been very important in shaping a lot of the landscape in Belize. So what are some of the logistical aspects involved with organizing practices and coordinating the sports and such?
Well, mainly right now, last year when I decided to leave the team that I was playing on, which was the Beacon Softball Club, they had recently won the Softball Nationals. So they became the national champs. For the first time after being established for more than 10 years, in that year, we lost a very pivotal person to us, my sister, Miss Jones, Lanisha Jones. She was one of the top players in Belize, one of the top players, and she passed away due to lupus now, and that became our mold, our motivation to have pushed through that season and won the nationals now. And after winning the nationals, I said, Mertell, you have always wanted to be a head coach for your own team, and you wanted to start your own team. Do it in remembrance of her, being that she was going to be one of the person who was pushing me, encouraging me to do it. He said, you have a lot of talent, you know a lot, you practice hard, you're always asking questions, you're always volunteering your services. It's time for you to move from being just a team captain to owning a team. So that was one of the reasons why I left and why I started my own team. It's a bit challenging being that I'm just starting to be a head coach of a senior team. The work that goes in is that I have to find people to assist me in running the team. I have a management team while I just give orders or I assist, or I give instructions and then they just carry it out, because I also have a regular job and I go to school in the evening. So the hardest thing is for me to find time, so I find people to assist me. We have sent out emails and letters seeking assistance. We have used our social media page to ask for assistant coaches, people who are willing to volunteer to just come in and show us different stuff while I am not there, that they could come and assist us now. So it's a really tedious process that we go through. And the team is basically a family team, because most of the management staff is family members to me, and then most of the players is family members as well. So we all have that discipline, and we carry out I have people, well, family members who have played before and who are still currently playing, come and, give instructions, they carry out the taskings and stuff for me.
So from what we're gathering is that everything is on a voluntary basis,
yes,
right? So what are some of the challenges you've found, especially when it comes to garnering some support for carrying out the sport?
One of the biggest challenges is right now we are not a sponsored team. And being that we're just a developing team, just putting our name and face out there, we don't have any bucketing. So most of our finance is donated from players, or somebody would pass and see and say they will give us a bag of water, or give us a little donation, or we would do our t-shirts and then we sell them. That right now, that is our biggest challenge, to financially have the team afloat, no? Okay. That is our biggest issue right now.
Okay, so understandable. So being in the softball community, it takes a lot of your time, your resources, and a lot of commitment. What kind of advice do you have for any organization or anybody else out there wanting to think about, having their own team and such, and being a part of the association?
My advice for them would be just do it. I am just a do-it person, and then everything fall in place. So I brainstorm about it first, and then I put it into action, and then from there I excel on it. No, I work on it. I go out. I do what I'm supposed to do. I ask donation. I establish with the team that we're not a financially stable team. I am not there financially, personally, but I would do whatever I can do to help the team in whatever way we can. We do our little fundraising. It will be a bit challenging because, of course, we're dealing with a whole group of different personalities and stuff like that. And then people will say no because they are more concerned about winning and what they will gain if they invest in us and stuff like that. So I would just advise them to think about the positive, think about the impact that you will have on your players, how this how they will see you, and how this will motivate them to eventually want to do the same thing, For me, softball in Belize it is not where it should be. It used to be one of the top teams, being that we used to represent internationally, and we would place and bring back medals, and people knew about the softball in Belize, and now we're just stagnant. So my goal with this team was for us to come out and make that impact, make that change, push for community service, put the business names out there who are sponsors, seek publicity, whatever way we could get ourselves and our name and Rogers Stadium out there, people know about the game. We use that to bring light to softball again.
All right. So one of the things I find very interesting is that you're a member of the Softball Association and you own your own team, right? Are there any challenges when it comes to that aspect? Like, do we see any types of conflict of interest there? If you can share anything on that.
Well, I was recently appointed this year to be a part of the association, but the challenge that the association faces is the same challenge that I am facing with my own team, which is the sponsorship and getting people on board, bringing people out to come and witness it with their own eyes, In everything that you do, there is always a positive and a negative. And being that, of course, that you're a part of an association that is running a competition, people will think that there's a bias there, or they're doing stuff in favor for the team, because I say that to say that the president of the association is also the owner of her own Wolfpack Softball Club. And then we also have our vice president, who is also a member of the Beacon Softball Club. And then we have members at large who represent different teams. So of course people will feel that we are being biased towards each one and we will favor each one, but like I explained to the association, when it's association duties, then it's association duties, and then when it's our own personal club teams duties, then we separate the two and do what we are supposed to supposed to do.
Okay, great. Well, thank you for clearing the air there. So, one last thing, what do you envision for the Softball Association and just softball as a sport in Belize? Where would you like to see us?
Well, right now, I'll start with my own team. My vision for my team is to come and make a difference. I want us to be that team like we celebrate the little things instead of celebrating the big things. We are not here to say we'll come and beat every team or win every game. We want that unity and that bond that if I'm going through something, I could come and tell my softball sister that, okay, I'm going through something and I need to talk to you, you know. I want us to be that support system for each other. You have something that you want to share and you don't want to share with outsiders, you could come and talk to each other. I want to have it is a club, so I want to have different teams. I'm looking into doing a female junior team, being that I'm the head coach of the Ladyville Tech High School team.
Nice.
I want to have a junior team and I want to have a male team eventually. But right now my goal is for the senior team and to have a junior team. And then when it comes to the association, I want for us to execute what we have on our calendars. We get that participation from other team members, other clubs that is a part or fall under the branch of the association. No, I want us to get softball up and going. And the only way for us to do that is for teams to participate and do the same like I am doing. We volunteer our services. We give back to the businesses that are sponsoring or investing in us to get their names out there as well, and you know, to work together that if there's an event or there's something, we could go out there in our t-shirts or say that we're representing such a club or we're representing this entity, no? That is my dream for us to get the businesses and fans and the teams to all be on the same page instead of just being I am a club team, you're a club team, and then when it's softball season, then we do softball stuff. I want us to be a January to December kind of softball association, not just in between or sometimes, you know, on Sundays when you're free, you come and play ball. We want to have a full yearly calendar of events, no?
That's discipline, right? And
yes.
you certainly mentioned being disciplined earlier in our conversation. But thank you for sharing your vision with us. And, you know, it sounds truly inspiring, and your passion and your dedication to the softball sport is awesome. So thank you for sharing, you know, everything you have had today. It was a wonderful discussion, and we want to wish you and Lady Impact and the Softball Association all the best of luck.
Thank you. I thank you for this opportunity.
Yes.
I just want to say that I am grateful for this opportunity because it's not a lot of media houses that covers softball or covers mainly our events and stuff like that. So this opportunity to talk about softball and putting the different teams out there and trying to get that sponsorship and that camaraderie with other businesses and teams is really nice. So I thank you for this opportunity.
Yes, and we thank you too. So thanks. And to our viewers, we will be right back.